Hey guys, I'm Glitter Valkyrie, and after all of these years, I am finally going to pull for my most wanted unit in Fae. I have been waiting for Erk since launch, and I am just so excited that he is here, so we can talk about all these wonderful characters as we go along, but I honestly just want to get to pulling, so let's go ahead and get started. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of colorless. But you know what? I love every single character on this banner so much, and I do want Louise. So I think that what we're going to do today is actually pull full circles. I did think about just sniping red because I do want Erk at plus 10 at some point, but I cannot pass up all of these characters that I love so much. So we'll do full circles and maybe be orb efficient, maybe not, and we'll just see how this goes. But I will say now that if we get to 40 pulls and we have not gotten Erk, I am going to spark for him. I fully acknowledge that that is a terrible choice, but I always do questionable things for the characters that I love, and I really, really love Erk. So that is what we'll do if we get to 40 pulls. But hopefully we won't get there, and we can get a couple units on this banner, but I guess we'll just have to see. All right, let's go ahead and pull this last one. And I guess I can talk about kind of the order in which I want the units, even though I do love them all. Erk is definitely number one. He is my favorite male character from FE7. And I haven't really had the chance to talk about him when I make my videos because he has not been in Fae, and I have not had really a reason to. But I absolutely loved his supports with Sarah when I played FE7 for the first time when I was a kid. For some reason, I thought they were super romantic, and I thought it was super cute. And so I always associate him with Sarah, and I love their ending. So he was very important to me, and I was just so thrilled that he was added to Fae. And in terms of the other characters, I think that I probably want Pent next. He is a fantastic character in FE7, both like as a unit and also with characterization. And I also think he's going to be very strong in Fae. So I think I would pick him next. But I also really want Farina because she is my favorite of the Pegasus sisters. I don't hear a lot of people talk about her, but I think she's really funny. And I love that her weapon is kind of a throwback to how she's recruited in FE7. So I really hope that we get her today. And I hate to say that Louise is last because I absolutely love Louise. She's one of my favorite characters. So I'll just say that I maybe want her like a tiny little bit less than some of the others, but I still want her. And hopefully that client is a sign that his parents are going to come home. Maybe he can call them. But I guess that I've covered all the characters on the banner, and I don't want to talk for like an hour about how much I love Erk. So we can go ahead and move on to viewer questions. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I feel like I've lost all my words, but we got him. And he's plus attack minus speed, but I will absolutely take that. I will definitely be going for merges, so he will not be minus speed. But I am just so excited that we finally got him. And you know, the first thing that I'm going to do when we're done with this video is support him with my Sarah. I did have her supported with Legendary Hector all this time, and they worked pretty well, but I have to do like I did when I played FE7 as a kid, and I will just be so happy to finally support them. And I've been thinking about all the skills that I can give him because I've saved a lot of books on the off chance that he got added, and I want to do something that will complement him working with Sarah, so I've thought about bond skills, I've thought about drives, but I'll have to see what books I have and what will work best for them, but I'll definitely make them work. Okay, 3-star. And we get a Python. So we'll just keep going. And I think that we can go ahead and move on to those viewer questions. And as always, if I do not get to yours, I'm so sorry. And if you think of something that you'd like to ask me, you can leave it in the comments with #question, and I will put your question on my list. So my first question today comes from Crystal Elemental, and they ask, what would you like to see from the Brave alts this year? Well, I have thought a lot about one character for CYL, and that is Marianne. And what I think I would like to see for her would be for her to have Blute Gang, and I want her to be a cavalry unit And I want her horse to be Dorte. I think it would be perfect. And I also think that it would be interesting if they gave her effectiveness against cavalry and dragons, because I think she had Beast Fang in 3 Houses. I could be wrong, but I think she had that kind of effectiveness with that weapon. And I also like the idea of her either being counted as a beast unit or making beast units around her transform, but I don't know if they would actually do that. But in terms of the other characters, they're definitely a lower priority for me. I think it would be super funny if they gave Gatekeeper like super obstruct and did some fun skills with that. And then for Marth, I really just want him to be a blue unit so that all the Marth emblem people can have like full color coverage. And then for Erika, it's kind of the same thing. She has so many red alts, so I just want her to be not red. That's really all I want. But, oh my gosh, that's a Celica. I am so excited about this. She is my favorite character from Shadows of Valentia, so this is perfect. Okay, let's check her IVs. And she is plus defense. But I think I have a plus attack one, so I will probably end up merging her, even though she does have pretty decent fodder. I think that her refine is absolutely insane, and she's a super fun unit to use. So yeah, I think I will be merging her. But thank you for that very lucky question, Crystal. And I think that we can go ahead and move on to the next question, which comes from Ursula Waifu. And they ask, pick one of these two, Xander or Sarah. Oh my gosh, that's really difficult. This might be surprising, but I would actually say Sarah, and that is because of what she represents to me with Fire Emblem. FE7 was my first game, and I associate Sarah with learning about the concept of permadeath, which has made me love this series, and she is a character that I loved instantly. So I would have to say Sarah just because she represents my love for Fire Emblem. But thank you for that great question. And the next question on my list today comes from LadyAzerified, and they ask, which of the Fire Emblem games that you've played is your least favorite, most favorite, and in the middle? Oh gosh, I feel like I'm not going to make friends answering this. But for my least favorite, I would have to say it's Birthright. For my one that's in the middle is probably FE6. And my most favorite is FE7, just because of nostalgia. But thank you for that great question. And the next question that we have today comes from KateBro1. And they ask, any tips for plus 10ing 3 to 4 star units? Do you summon on banners that they are on or get them passively? I would say that it really depends upon the unit. Oh my goodness. Wow, we got a Selena. That's a really good pull. And she is minus attack. But, oh, you know what? She has Life and Death 4. That could be a skill that's really good on Erk, but I will have to think about it. I do have a Selena with good IVs already, so this is going to be extra, but I will definitely have to think about what to do with her. But getting back to the lucky question from KateBro, what I do with 3 to 4 star merge projects, I usually will not go for a plus 10 on a launch banner unless they are a seasonal unit, because I really dislike those double special heroes banners. You can get burned pretty easily with those, and I feel like the launch banners are usually the best opportunity to do it. So I will do it if I really want a plus 10, a 4-star character on that. But for the most part, unless I get like a ton of copies on a launch banner, I will try to wait to get them to plus 10. I think that Natasha was probably an outlier just because I got like a million of her in those 40 pulls, and I just needed a couple to get her to plus 10, and it was super easy. But in this case, like, we're 33 pulls in, so I will not go for a plus 10 Erk today. Okay, Smoke, please be Erk. And we get an Olivia. All right, so we can go ahead and answer another question on our list. And this comes from Elroy. And they ask, what kind of music do you listen to? This is a pretty boring answer, but I listen to a ton of video game soundtracks. I actually think that video game music is really underrated, and that's because it's music that you have to like listen to on repeat, so I feel like it has to be really, really good. And I love video game music because I can be working on something and it's fantastic to hear in the background. I feel like slightly more productive when I have it on, and it helps relax me, so that's mostly what I listen to. But thank you for that great question. And the next question on my list today comes from Please Add Lucia and Jeffrey and Faye. And first of all, I just have to say, I love your username. And yes, we do need to see Lucia and Jeffrey and Faye, hopefully on the next banner that we have with Radiant Dawn. But your question for me is, when Legendary Alencia is added, do you want to see her with an upgraded version of Amity or a PRF staff? I would say definitely a staff, and that's just because when I pictured her getting added to Faye, I imagined she would be a flying staff unit, and so when she hopefully gets legendary form, that is definitely what I want to see. But thank you for that great question. Okay, please be Louise. Okay, we get Leon. Oh, this is not going to be an easy choice for a Spark, but hopefully this is Farina and it'll make it just like a tiny bit easier. Okay, 3-star. And we get a Thea. All right, so we hit our 40 and we're going to go ahead and Spark. And, oh gosh, what do I do? I'm not going to take the Erk because I can probably get him after this as a 4-star, so I'm not going to do that. But do I take Pent or Farina? I think Pent's the best choice. Oh gosh, I love this feature so much. Oh, I am so glad that I chose him. That art is so, so good. Oh, we got the thing. I totally forgot about that. All right, so you know what? I think that we are going to go ahead and stop here for now. I got my Erk and a bunch of other great units too, so I am so, so happy with how this went today. I'll probably go for more merges for him later, but for now, I am just so happy, and I hope that everyone else that's pulling on this banner gets everything that you are looking for. So as always, thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.